Cube is now a mech. Yeah, I would agree with that. You know what I specifically want back? I'd like for them to bring back the fucking Judge Farm. That's what I would like. I'd like for the Judge Farm to be back. That's what I want right there. I'd like more canvas supports for skills that lack supports. Like, we still have stuff that just don't have supports, and they're just unused. Like, they're just not in a good state because of it, right? Like the fucking, like the lightning beam ability, for example. Like, nobody's playing it. Give it some supports. Let it do something. I'd like some alternate. I'm so tired of it, dude. It's so one dimensional. It's so one note. It's so fucking boring. Like 90% of in-game builds are all using the same stuff because there's no alternate ways for you to get flat damage anywhere. Realistically, it's so bad, and I'm just tired of it. Like, can we please do anything else? I'd like for them to reinstate I'd like for them to bring back the previous, i.e. Clockwork season. Mapping progression. I would like for them to bring back do you remember how we progressed maps during Clockwork season? I'd like to go back to that, please, if you don't mind. It's just, it was just a smoother experience going through the tiers. Because right now it's kind of annoying. We're back to the annoying thing where every time mark you have to like, redo all, like when you go up a time mark, you have to like do all the zones before the new zone plus the new zone, where before you could just like do a zone, then do the next zone, then do the next zone, do the next zone. And it's just so much more. And it doesn't really add anything. It's just, all it does is slow you down. That's all it does. It doesn't add anything going to the system we currently have at all. Like, it literally adds nothing. It's just a slowdown mechanic. But yeah, so like right now, So the way it worked in Clockwork is that you would do like you ran one zone and then you upgrade, you went to the next time mark and you ran the next zone, you went to the next time mark and you ran the next zone. What we're doing now is you run all of time mark 1 and glacial. Then when you go to time mark 2, you have to run glacial and you have to run flame. And then when you go to time mark 3, you have to run glacial and you have to run flame and you have to run iron. And it's just so much added tedium for no fucking reason. It adds nothing to the game at all. Let's see. What else would I like to see? Also, let me just make sure that... I think prize lists are still a tad too rare. I would agree with that. They are doing something this season where you can like move your priceless implicits onto a different base, I think. I don't know any specifics of that. I don't really have any specifics about that. It's just what I read on the, like I just read that on the website because they've already got that updated a bit. So yeah, we'll have to see how that works. I don't think it's gonna, I feel like it's not gonna be easy though, you know? Less than 20 minutes till the reveal. Season 8 plus second anniversary plus Goth Mommy Thea all coming in hot next Thursday at 10 p.m. Eastern. I definitely agree. I'm gonna add that to the list because I agree. How often do you find a trash space with the right affix and you're like, fuck yeah. Yeah, I can see that. But then again, they may also like, if they did something like that, they might also lock it to like, very like be a little bit more like specific in the base type to where like you can move it from a dexterity boot to a dexterity boot. I wanted to play a cheaper gearing old character this season. Then they teased Goth Mommy Thea. Welcome to the Gooner Squad. I don't want it to be too restrictive. Because you know how like right now, PoE 2, they have the 3-to-1 reforge thing, but it has to be the exact item type, like the exact item. So like if you had like, I'm gonna just throw a thing out there, like a fucking gelid staff. You have to combine 3 gelid staffs, for example, and not just 3 staffs. Love more access to trees earlier. Yeah. I don't know. I don't think that, honestly, I actually don't think that matters much this is my reasoning for that. My reasoning for that is the following. Most of the mechanics that you unlock later in your Atlas and time mark progression would unironically do nothing for you before you get to at least time mark 7, and more realistically, most of them you need to be in time mark 8. Otherwise, they're just not doing anything. Realistically. Like most, there's only like, what is it, 3 trees that even work or do anything that are usable when you're in Time Mark 7. Most of them you need to be in Time Mark 8. You know, I know one thing I would like to see. I would like to see an increase in the amount of crafting, like early level crafting materials we get, because it can be a pain in the ass trying to get this. Like once you're late game and like farming and stuff, you don't care about sand. But early, like the beginning, oh my dude, getting your sand and getting your stuff to like craft your gear is so annoying. Like once you're past that stage, you never care about it again. But while you're in that stage, holy shit, can we just get a buff to the amount of stuff that we're getting? Because I'm telling you right now, I did 3 SSF characters. I did 3 characters last league SSF, and like if you don't hit like a good weapon, oh brother, I feel sorry for you, because you're so screwed. You're so screwed. You better hope you find that fee and buy something off the auction house. But then again, sand is also like sand and shit's always going to be expensive early on, just because everybody's using it, right? Yeah, we're gonna let the chats hang out with each other today. We're gonna let the chats hang out with each other today. Yeah. Yeah, I'm on tube as well. Strategy Game 456, thank you for the follow. Much appreciated. Do they have Twitch drops? Because if they've got Twitch drops, I have them. Are there Twitch drops for this? I don't think there are. I would be really surprised if they have Twitch drops before the release of the actual season itself. But yeah, I mean, if there are drops, I always have them on. Here, let me look, see if the Twitch drops are on. I mean, okay, I know the Twitch drops are on. Let me look and see what the if they are, if XD has any that are active right now. Let's go take a look. I don't see anything. Hold on. Let me see here. Let me see the details. Okay, so there are not any Twitch drops for like regular streamers. Mm. So if on the official Torchlight Infinite page, they have like, if you watch for 15 minutes, you get 50 primos, and if you watch for 20 minutes, you get 50 primos. So it's 100 primos. So I don't care. What 100 primos isn't gonna do shit for me. I don't care. Look here. get your butt in there and do your SSF runs, and you would have thousands of free primos every season. Thousands of free primos just for doing your SSF runs. If you're even kind of decent at the game, you can bang that out in like a day or two, brother. Thousands, multiple thousands every single season that nobody fucking claims, especially if you play on North America servers. Nobody claims the stuff. Nobody claims the stuff, dude. I like to think I'm somewhat okay. So SSF, it's like 1,200 primos if you're in a top 10 slot. If you're in a top 10 slot in SSF, you get 1,200 primos. And then if you're in a trade league, it's 1,000 for a top 10 spot. So I got like 4,400 primos last season just for playing the game. I'm just saying. 4,400 primos on the table every single season just to play the game, dude. You got a top 10? Yeah, I did a bunch of top 10 stuff, dude. Do you want to, like, dude, y'all don't want to know how many characters I made last season. It was disgusting. It was actually disgusting how many characters I made last season. Less than 10 minutes to go until we get the reveal information, baby. Let's fucking go.
Follow me, please. It is definitely not a trap. Can you start an SSF? I go for trade league. I'm not sure what you're asking. I'll be honest with you. Oh, Jesus. That's loud as shit. Oh my God. God damn. Okay, I need to turn that down. Lith. Lith, thank you for the prime. I appreciate that. Jesus Christ. Y'all. I gotta turn that down. Hold on. Holy fuck. How loud? Wait, how loud was that for y'all? Because I have monitors in. I have monitors in, and monitors make things loud as shit. Okay, so it's normal volume for you. Okay, so it's just for me. That shit was loud as hell. So my sub sound and my raid sound are both hella loud for me, and they always catch me the fuck off guard, dude. It's yeah. Anyway, I appreciate you. Thank you for this. Thank you for the prime. I appreciate that. I'm bad about like asking people for primes and shit, dude. Like that's why I've got the bot to do it, because I fucking forget all the time. I'm tempted to start trade league because I don't want to fall behind on market early. Yeah, I'm never starting a TLI season in SSF ever. Like no shot. And owning with the subscribes. Owning, thank you for the subscription as well. Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you. Boys, it's coming through today on TLI, I see. Damn. I need to do more season reveal videos. Goddamn. Appreciate you, brother. Anyway, yeah. There's no way. I don't think. Okay, listen. I'll put this out into the world because I know it'll never happen. But if one day I get my own, if I impress an Oiler enough one day and they start hanging around in chat and they want to throw down a bunch of gifties to make me start SSF, maybe then I would do it. But there's like, hell no, dude. Like, the market is part of why I enjoy the game so much, right? Which is why I've never started SSF at a league start in any game ever. Like, ever. We're coming up on the 5-minute mark, chat. 5-minute mark. We got 5 minutes, 50 seconds left. Is there anything else that you want to see on the patch notes for this season? I'm trying to think if there's anything else that like really just sticks out to me on like that I really want to see on these patch notes. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me put this out there. Let me go ahead and just put this energy out into the world. Nerf Carino 2. Thank you. If you could just do that one for me, I'd be ecstatic. Listen, I'm not saying Carino 2 is bullshit, but Carino 2 is bullshit. He should not be able to do what he does. It makes it just. Nerf that man. Figure it out, okay? Figure it out, okay? Just figure it out. I don't care how you do it. I don't care what you got to do it. Just do it. Thank you. This has been my TED Talk. Cap dot damage distance to max 60% life. So this is what I want. This is my thing. This is the only reason I like that Carino 2 pisses me off. Is the fact that he gets ahead of you. It's just how cheaply he does what he does versus everybody else. Like, he was getting into like, he was getting past like time mark 8 for like a third or half of the price of basically every other character last season. And it was just insane. Like, actually insane. Granted, the playstyle is kind of janky and you got like, and some people just don't like that. That's great. That's fine. This is not a playstyle thing. This is just purely a power thing. Is he the best scaling character? Of course not. Is he the best scaling build? Of course not. But his floor, Carino 2's floor is too fucking low in my opinion. That's all that I guess that's really all I got to say about it. You want the cube minigame Garn? That is never gonna happen. You're asking for too much. That you're asking them to redesign the cube, and they're not gonna do that one. They're not doing that one, I promise. We're far too late. We're too late for that. Yeah, just ask for buffs. It's easier that way. Were y'all okay? Y'all did y'all play before the animation got sped up? Because this is the we're playing with the sped up animation. This is the sped up animation. Ask anybody that played Cube when it dropped how slow the shit was. Bro, you could literally get to you would be in some maps where you would press the button, walk away, come back, and 10 minutes later, that shit was still fucking rolling, dude. It was stupid. Ooh, we're almost here, baby. We're almost here. It's almost time, chat. It's almost time, chat. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, boom. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, boom. Yeah, fuck, dude. How some league mechanics get implemented in this game, I don't understand. It's like, y'all got it. Like the QOL here is just so obvious. It's so obvious, dude. Just come on. All right, we've got less than a minute to go. Time to turn off the music and pull up the live stream, baby. Let's fucking go, y'all. All right, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Let's go ahead and throw a like on it. Oh, since we're here, if you're watching on YouTube, if you could throw a like on the live stream, it gets the stream in front of other people, gets me some publicity, gets me out there, and it costs you nothing. All you got to do is click a little thumbs up. And if you haven't subbed to the YouTube yet, what are you doing? What are you doing? We've got multiple videos coming out like chronically throughout the week for multiple ARPGs, PoE 1, PoE 2, Torchlight Infinite, Hero Siege. My ears. Holy fuck. Bro, the sound of the preview thing on YouTube is so loud. Anyway, back to shilling. If you have not already subscribed to the YouTube channel, what are you doing? It costs you nothing. It's free to do it. Get in there. All right. Last second call out. All right, last second call out. We're 20 seconds away from this starting. This is what I want to see on these patch notes. I want the cube judge compass back in the game. Give me back my judge farm. I want more canvas supports for the things that lack them. I want alternate avenues of power gain. I'm tired of everybody devolving into a stat stacker because we have nowhere to get base damage from. I would like them to bring back the previous clockwork mapping thing.
Season brought some big shifts to the game. For the upcoming Sandlord season, we're building on that foundation without reinventing the wheel. We're mostly focused on improving some core in-game systems and adding significant new layers for build customization and gameplay variety. Plus, all of this is launching with our second-year anniversary, so you can expect some very special events. Now, without further ado, let's get started.
All right, what do we got? How's the volume, chat?
First up, the new seasonal mechanic. This season brings the Cloud Oasis, a floating island key to the Sandlord seasonal mechanic. Think of it as a management layer woven into your usual grind. You'll need funds. The main seasonal currency is floating island coins.
Okay.
By killing mobs out in the nether realm.
Okay.
Also run into sand pirates across the maps. Killing them gets you supplies for the oasis. And
Okay.
some of those pirates might get repurposed into your workforce for the cloud oasis. We've set up 5 professions for these laborers: miner, crystal worker, chef, aviator, and
Settlers League is back, boys.
based on their skills to get your oasis running. Keep an eye out for laborers with specific affixes. These modifiers can boost efficiency, cut costs, whatever. Min-maxing
Whatever.
the system is key to optimizing your returns. Resources are key. The oasis mine produces ingots and magic crystals automatically once you assign miners and crystal workers. These are used for oasis upgrades or shipped out as straight goods. Set it up and the resources trickle in. Food production happens at the logistics scroll. Assign chefs and they turn ingredients into food, which are also trade commodities. You need and while we could have implemented a harvesting
Where the hell?
system,
There it goes.
realistically, just killing sand pirates in the nether realm was the best implementation to drop ingredient packs. We didn't want to break the gameplay loop.
Volume good now?
Once you've got goods piled up, load the airship, assign aviators, and they'll run trade routes to other floating islands. Fulfill specific orders for guaranteed rewards. You can also overstock the shipments for a shot and extra random loot.
Let's see.
Gear, fluorescent memory, or even crucial aromatic materials used for the new blending
There.
systems recipes. But we'll get to blending shortly. So basically, trading is your passive income stream. If you want something more active, assemble a mercenary squad, give them gliders, and send them on raids to hit sand pirate statues. This earns loot without spending your oasis resources. Heads up though, raids can trigger risk events requiring your intervention, or uncover hidden treasures you need to go grab. As you upgrade the cloud oasis, buildings, better laborers, efficiency boosts, you'll expand your trade and raid reach. The goal? Get to a point where the oasis generates significant income automatically while you're out doing your main nether realm farming.
Okay. Okay, so I'm sorry. Am I crazy or did they just like copy pasta settlers? Oh no, dude. I don't know if that was the move, man. I don't know if that was the move. Oh boy. This was the move though. This was the move. Hey, PoE ain't got this though. PoE ain't got this though. I'm just saying. I'm gonna, you know, they ain't got this. Yeah, we ain't got this as PoE. Goon Squad. Had a quick joking in the chat one time for the one time. Thick thighs save lives. Bro, that's my bro. Listen, listen. Goon Squad, rise
What
up.
happens when faith decays? When the Oracle can no longer bear divine grace, the gods' gifts twist, and their blessings become desecration. Introducing
I'm assuming her thighs get 2 times thicker. That's what happens.
Thea's radical new trait, Blasphemer. This new trait completely flips her usual mechanic. Instead of stacking blessings, you reduce your max blessing layers. You convert the lost blessings into desecration, which inflicts continuous additional erosion damage on foes. Initially, desecration is single target focused, but trade points let you add AoE clear by triggering chain explosions on nearby kills. Further trade point choices let you specialize. Focus all that corrupting power onto elites by making desecration only target them, significantly boosting its potency against tough foes.
Okay.
Or spread fear by allowing desecration to affect multiple targets.
Attack, movement, cast view, and dealing damage.
or she
Stack.
brings. Now here's the big
Let's see,
payoff.
let's see how-
Hit 0 max blasting layers and desecration
Change.
transforms. Its erosion damage now scales heavily with the enemies missing HP. Basically
Okay.
execute. Plus, the potential blessings you sacrificed convert directly into your maximum desecration layers, greatly increasing scaling. the
Jesus, that's a lot
blasphemer's
of
path.
that. Holy.
Speaking of erosion damage, the entire system has seen a major overhaul this season. More
Overhauled
exact-
erosion?
Next up, blending. This is a new crafting system which allows you to add powerful affixes to belts.
Wait, go
You
back
can
and tell us
blend
about that.
recipes in precious aromatic materials from the Sandlord seasonal mechanic. The kicker, you can add medium talents, core talents, and even specific hero trait points directly to any belt via blending affixes.
Ooh.
Think about it. Anger Rayhan could potentially add the split form trait point from Seething Silhouette onto their belt. This
What?
lets you stack resistance for huge life scaling via his imbue. That opens up the game for
Yo,
different
that's
build angles,
cracked.
like blood consumption builds that need massive life pools for life imbue.
Yo, that's
One
cracked.
obvious restriction, you can only use trait points from your own hero. No poaching allowed. Beyond standard talents and traits, there are also aromatic talents. Unique build-defining aromatic affixes. For example, Comradeship lets your minions inherit your belt stats. Slap that on an Eternity belt, and suddenly, your whole minion army gets that powerful effect. You'll need to hunt down the recipes for these throughout the seasonal mechanic. There's over
Yo.
100 blending recipes to find through the Sandlord seasonal mechanic. This is
Oh, that's insane.
Power boosts early on into the game and massively increase
That's
late game
fucking
build diversity.
insane.
Finally, a quick note from the development team. We know that adding a lot of systems like this with each season increases the learning curve for players. So now we're basically monitoring how everything is interacting, how each different mechanic is playing with each other, and whether the learning curve for players is too large. If we find that to be so, we may consider rotating in and out different seasonal mechanics or game mechanics in upcoming seasons. You know, mostly to avoid player burnout. Next up,
Okay, that's fine.
exclusive support skills. This
As long as
season
it's communicated
adds
well,
a
that's
ton of
fine.
Brand new exclusive support skills.
Come on,
bringing
baby.
the in-game total to over 8.
This is on my list.
The aim is for almost
This is
every
on my
skill in the
list.
game to have dedicated supports.
This is
Also,
on my
exclusive
list,
skills
baby.
will launch with theirs too.
Thank
Let's
you.
take a quick look at a few of the
So
new
we get it.
ones.
So he just said if we get a new skill, it launches with support skills. Let's fucking go.
Sparkle, equipping the support skill magnetic field as chain lightning that pulls enemies towards the projectile.
What?
Marked
Okay.
regular arrows gets hyper blast. If you have fixate up, a critical strike applies a mark. It
Okay.
detonates after a delay, dealing percentage life damage based on the skill's total damage during that cast.
If that doesn't work on
Delay
bosses, it's kind of whatever.
potential on crits. Hunting Abomination is back and reworked. Its Hunting Terror now deals on-hit damage and expands. New supports. Hail
Jesus.
Mary changes the multi-hit batter damage into one big hit.
Okay.
Fury ramps damage based on enemies killed.
Okay.
Lightning Beam.
Yes.
Ever feel like lightning beams, lightning orbs generate too slowly?
Come on.
Equip Aftershock, and a new lightning orb will spawn instantly when the previous one expires, ensuring constant uptime.
Oh.
Combine this with Reverberation, and the
Oh!
orb generated by Aftershock won't count towards your lightning orb upper
Thank
limit,
you. I wanted to play
allowing
the
for
skill, but it
potentially
sucked because it needed
unlimited lightning
supports.
orbs.
Let's fucking go,
Savage
dude.
Charge. Tired of interrupting Savage Charge just to trigger Demolisher? The new raid support skill offers a much smoother experience. When your channel stacks reach the upper limit, if you also have a Demolisher charge ready, Savage Charge will automatically unleash a Demolisher effect straight ahead without players needing to stop channeling.
What?
Finally, Wilting
What the hell is that?
opens up interesting positioning.
What
options
is
for
that?
players. When players cast Wilting Beam, this support generates an additional beam firing in the exact
What the
opposite
hell is
direction.
that?
Next up, new legendaries.
What was
We've seen
that?
feedback about the difficulty jump around Time Mark 8. You can fill in the wall where progression stalls before you're ready for a profound Time Arcade. To smooth this out, we're adding new legendary gear. Some
Okay.
potentially tagged as matchless specifically tuned for this part of the game. These items are designed to give you more build-enabling
What's up,
power
Blake?
and options to push through that awkward phase.
We chilling,
of the
brother.
endgame. The Destiny system is also getting expanded this season.
Okay.
Added new fates and kismets focusing on several key areas, including erosion damage, restoration skills, negative effect resistance, and projectiles, opening up even more options for player builds. For
Okay.
example, restoration skills that might have been overlooked in the past could find new viability.
But are we gonna make
thanks
kids?
to some powerful
Okay, but are we gonna make them
Check out
actually
Kismet Creep.
acquirable?
It
That's the
allows the
thing.
quick
Are they going to be
restoration skills to get one
acquirable?
charging progress every second automatically, and it increases
Jorgen in the
movement
chat.
speed while the skill is active. Imagine the potential if players manage to stack a few effects like that. It could significantly boost the uptime of your restoration.
Again, this is all great. It all sounds great. Are we going to actually have access to kismets? Because we didn't. They did not exist last season. And like,
Skills. Or take a look at the dual kismet Unholy Grail. This one grants players multiple layers of random blessings whenever you cast a skill, and it significantly speeds up the recovery of your restoration skills, letting you use them more often. There's also Kismet Star Trail. This one buffs all micro fates on its specific pack branch. This
holy.
is another optimization layer for players who like digging into systems interactions to maximize their setup.
Okay.
Next up, balance changes and core mechanics. First, let's go over hero balancing. We went over player feedback and we decided to address some traits that felt weaker in early and mid game. So let's take a quick look at some of the key changes coming this season.
Okay.
First, Rosa's trait High Core Chariot sees adjustments.
Rosa
Her
buffs?
Early and mid-game trait nodes have been strengthened for a smoother start. We've also added a new damage-focused trait node, Divine Intervention, at level 60. Furthermore,
Okay.
level 75 trait node Taking Risks has been completely reworked. Now, it allows players to continuously channel the trait skill while channeling.
Okay.
The Holy Domain follows the player and doesn't consume Murderous Intent. Reaching the maximum number of channel stacks will also apply corresponding stacks of No Guard to all enemies within the Holy Domain, increasing the damage they take.
Holy.
Space-Time Relapse gets Space-Time Upheaval at level 45 for more offense. Level 75 Space-Time Curse is replaced by Space-Time Expansion. This increases duration for Twisted Space-Time, Space-Time Turbulence, and makes enemies in Turbulence count as being in Twisted Space-Time. This
Okay.
uses anti-synergy with Space-Time Pause, which lowers duration but ups damage.
Okay.
Making Yoga more viable setups.
Okay.
Next up, Commander Model. We know players want self-destruct minion builds, but they often rely heavily on activation mediums. To help, we adjusted the level 75 node Fuel War with War to auto-trigger your main skill periodically. Better gameplay feel, less reliance on activation mediums.
Moto players rise up! Triggers the main summon skill on the closest enemy within 20 meters every 0.2 seconds, and that scales down. Moto players log in.
Offering a new way to manage medium detonation that balances power with convenience.
Does that fix him though?
This is just a sample of what's coming.
Does that fix him though? Is he a real character now? Is any of the or either of the Motos a real character right now? Is people ain't really fucking with Moto.
Public in the upcoming Blue Bible, or patch notes. So please stay tuned for that. We're also making some additional changes, which are mostly focused on, improving how combat feels, the core gameplay, mapping, and so on and so forth. So let's take a quick look at some of those.
Okay.
First, we want to increase the competitiveness of builds which do not rely on auto-casting.
Okay.
Give players more active playstyle options where introducing new support skills and core affixes. For example, the support skill Willpower grants a buff that significantly increases your damage when you use a skill, but you lose all stacks on the buff if you move, rewarding stationary casting. Projectiles have also received some improvements this season.
Come on, baby.
We've greatly increased the upper limit for projectile speed, which
Okay.
should improve the release feel and overall map clear
Oh,
experience
bow build,
for
baby.
builds using them.
Full build, baby.
The flight distance of projectiles will now be primarily affected by the projectile range attribute, rather than projectile duration.
Okay.
Builds using two-handed weapons are getting more dedicated support.
Let's go.
With added related base affixes, craft affixes, and other components. There's also a new pair of legendary gloves, Death's Touch. Designed
What do they
to
do?
further increase two-handed weapon damage.
What do they do?
Players can now better develop builds focusing on two-handed weapon damage, attack speed.
Max life, 180% additional base damage for two-handed weapons. Jesus Christ. 45 main hand weapon attack. Jesus. Holy.
And critical strike.
That's some
Both
damage.
distinguishes the playability of attack builds and reduces the feeling that choices for core items are too limited.
Okay.
Next up, slower skills.
No, they haven't. They only did a trailer for Goth Mommy. They haven't given the specifics.
Slower skills like Lightning Storm and Hammer of Ash still struggle due to their core design.
Okay.
This season we've buffed their base damage to make them more viable options if you like that kind of playstyle.
Ooh. Yeah.
Next up, Erosion 2.0.
Erosion.
Something that many of you have asked about is new mechanics for erosion damage.
Okay.
In previous seasons, builds focusing on erosion damage typically center around persistent or wilt effects.
Right.
This direct erosion on hit damage often felt too weak. In the new season, we're introducing a core mechanic to bolster on-hit erosion.
Fuck is determination?
Deterioration is a negative status applied by erosion on hit damage.
Okay.
It lasts for a set duration, and when it expires, it deals a percentage of the triggering hit's erosion damage as true damage, naturally, with
True
added
damage?
skills, talents, and gear related to deterioration. For example, players can choose builds that shorten the deterioration duration for rapid multi-stage bursts of damage, or opt to extend the duration, causing the true damage to trigger periodically throughout. For
Okay.
example, players can choose builds that shorten the deterioration duration for rapid, multi-stage bursts of damage, or opt to extend the duration, causing the true damage to trigger periodically throughout, with more triggers resulting in higher total damage.
Okay.
These changes provide players with more viable erosion builds to
Okay.
explore.
So
Explosion
actual
effects
damage-based
are also
erosion.
getting a full overhaul. We know the
Ooh.
old effects felt a bit underwhelming for how strong explosions can be.
Okay.
We've redone the visuals and sound effects with unique looks and
Oh, it
sounds
looks
for
good.
5 different explosion types.
It looks
The
good.
damage and area of effect for explosions have also been adjusted accordingly.
It looks
To make
good.
explosions look and
Oh
feel
my God, that
as
looks so
impactful
good.
and satisfying as they
Doesn't
should,
that look
leading to
good?
a better overall map clearing experience for players who are using them. Finally, let's talk some crafting quality of life. Introducing the brand new gear imprint system. We all know the pain. You craft amazing mods onto an item, but the base has bad in place